Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Resonant Rise plus Gregtech. I'm Illusion like usual, and just getting things going, kind of picking up where we left off from the last episode. So got some red alloy ingots. Okay, so looks like you need more redstone. Just not a problem. Okay, keep working there, little guy. And then we have to throw those in a plate bender, I guess. Okay. Anyway, so let me grab a few things, and we're gonna kind of continue working in that Gregtech room. What are you working on? What are you working on? Nothing. I need 7, 14, 16. Let's just do 32. So I need some iron plates as well. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So, kind of the next stage we need to work on. So we need to work on a few things. One, we need to get some rubies macerated so we can start getting some chrome out. So that's going to be probably the first thing on the priority list. Also, I need to run some power over here. So let's make that. Alright, what do we have on AutoCraft? We have an advanced. Elite is next, and then ultimate. Hmm. That's not bad. What are those, please? Fine, make a basic then. Come on now. Okay, fine. I'll do this the hard way. Thank you. I'll eat. So, how much power do you output? 512 MJs. Wish this would work. Alright. And how much more expensive is it to go up one more tier? Hmm. Got some obsidian ingots. Atomic core. Let's see if I can craft 4 of those. Let's go up to the high tier. Okay. Grab one more tablet. Okay. So there's our ultimate energy cube. And you put out a whole lot of power. We'll just leave it there. So let me grab some conduit. Okay. So let's go. Whoop, too far. So basically, I'm going to run this whole central console off of universal electricity power, and I'm going to use the ultimate energy cube as kind of like its power source, its buffer. So that's the plan. I just have some basic cable, but that's not going to stay. And there's a hole there. So I guess I could run. I guess I could run this like this right here. Okay. And let's get rid of you. Getting rid of this basic universal cable is in Mechanisms 6. They changed it. Excuse me. To kind of limit how much throughput of power it outputs. So we're going to use redstone conduit since it does have a pretty decent transfer rate of power. And the new universal cables are so expensive. They're like ridiculously expensive. Let me show you. Spelled that wrong. So to make this a high tier ultimate, to make one is to have 2 atomic cores, just on one. So, in my opinion, this is very overpowered, or very expensive. This is too expensive. And this is, 2 steel and a redstone gives you 8. This one's 2 enriched alloys and a basic to give you this, which transfers 80 MJs a tick. This elite is 2 circuits, which we're going to make some of soon. 320 MJs, and then you saw the ultimate. So that's a little expensive in my opinion. So this will fill up. That's feeding off our main network. And basically this whole center console will run off of this ultimate energy cube. So cool deal. Alright, so let's go back. Now we have a little bit better power supply there. Not much, but a little bit better. And then as I start getting some more circuits made, I can get some better universal cable. Alright, that redstone runs out pretty quick, doesn't it? And also disable the recipe. If you're familiar with Darkcraft, you can use a force plate. You can't use that anymore. So, alright, so let's go up here. Still have these in inventory. 32 iron plates, which I needed. More empty cells, which I needed. And let's just go ahead and turn you all into plates so we can make more circuits. Okay. So, let me show you a couple things. Macerator. So, rotary macerator is, of course, an upgraded version of the regular macerator. Since Gregtech's disabled IC2's machines for its own automatic macerator, basically it leaves the rotary macerator that takes the default IC2 macerator and makes it void. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 2 ultimate macerators in place of these and then cheat myself into rotary macerators. I think that's very fair, especially since these require 3 diamonds each to make, so, and a bunch of steel. So of course that recipe is a hell of a lot more expensive than this one. So that's kind of where I'm at with the system. So let's get that going. Hopefully, I don't know if I put it in autocraft, did it? Did I? No. Okay. So 2 holes. And 2 steel plates. Alright, so there's 2 automatic macerators. So these, I'm going to need 14, right? Yeah, 14. 14. And then 2 advanced machine casings. 2, please. Okay. So there's all the resources. So 2 advanced machine cases, the 14 iron plates, and macerators. So I'm giving myself 2 rotary macerators in exchange for that. Hope everybody's good with that. I'm okay with it. Not that. Alright, so let's get these installed. Okay, so 2 rotary macerators. I need to plug that hole up. Okay, and 2 redstone torches. Let's plug that hole up too. Alright, so now we can start processing some well, it needs power. How about let's put some power to it. That would probably help. Why are you no connecting? Well, that's odd. Um, hmm. Well, let me think about that a second. Alright guys, I figured out a solution to that. I just use a redstone block to put under there and it stopped messing with the wire. So, let's keep getting into this up. So I only have 1 rotary master installed, which is fine. I'll grab an electrolyzer that I made yesterday while I was testing the autocraft, because I do have it on. Autocraft. Okay. Grab this router. I'm going to stick this router. I'm going to stick this router where? Stick this router right here. Okay, router. Excellent. Alright, let me jump down here. Run some ME cable over. So, if you have not played with Steve's Factory Manager, it is a really cool mod. This will be the first time I've actually used it in a build, but I've done some playing and some testing with it, and kind of basically figured out how things went with it, and it's really cool. I've liked playing with it so far. It's a little complicated at first to understand, but once you get the hang of it, it's a very powerful mod, and it's gonna be fun for this one. Okay. So what you saw right there. So I just hooked up an ME interface to the bottom of some network cable. All right, and what I'm going to tell it to do is I'm going to tell it to cells Ruby. How much we have? let's do these first. Yep, that'll work. Alright. So what I'm going to tell this is in the export config, I want you to keep one stack of empty cells and one stack of rubies, always in the exported items. Also, you see on this little tooltip, crafting mode, craft items when needed while exporting. Okay, so that's going to be important. Not right now, but in a little while. Okay. Alright, so let's start setting this up. Alright, so this is the interface for Steve's Factory Manager. If you want a tutorial on it, go look at a tutorial, but basically this is create a trigger, create an input, and output. So those are the three we're going to mainly focus on, and then we're going to also create a command group. So let me do a little bit of the coding real quickly, and then I'll come back and show you what I wrote. Okay, I'm back. So just did a little bit of coding, and let me show you what I've done. So I remember put the router here. So router now has 64 empty cells in it. So if I go into the factory manager, I have this command group right here. Go in here. I have a trigger set for every second. Pull from the inventory of the ME interface and with a whitelist of empty cells. And I want you to output them into the router with down and blacklist. Okay? So that is my command group for cell importing. Alright, cool. So I'm going to take my electrolyzer here. I'm going to place him down here. Give it a second to update. Okay. So now this will start, well, I need to move this over because it's not adjacent. One second. I need to put him here. Because the router couldn't reach over there because it wasn't touching. Okay, cool. So now you see the router is now imported those empty cells into there. So it's going to keep 64 cells. And you can see now there's 57 there. So that's all I've made is 64 plus 57. But as I continue to go through crafting with this, it'll automatically kind of keep cells not only in the router, but any of the adjacent inventories. Okay, so let's go to the next step. So remember the interface down there, I set to keep rubies in there. Okay, so let's go into this command group. So I have a trigger of 1 second. I'm going to grab out of the interface down, I'm going to grab out of the interface rubies. And then I'm going to put them in the rotary macerator. Alright? And then from here, I'm going to pull out of the rotary macerator and I'm going to stick them into the industrial electrolyzer. And we're going to stick it in a down slot. And it's blacklist because it's only one item. So once I hook this up, what should happen is rubies should go into the rotary macerator, then be pulled out, and then stuck into the electrolyzer. So I have not set up how to pull out of the electrolyzer yet. So let me create one more. So I'm going to create an input and an output. So I'll stick this here. So for the input, we're going to grab out of the industrial electrolyzer, and we're going to grab from the west and we're going to blacklist. We're going to basically grab everything. Or I can leave it under whitelist, doesn't matter. Whitelist, pull everything, and then output. I'm going to send it back to the interface. and that's on blacklist. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Oh, got an error there. What we got? Well, that's what happened. Okay, so let's give that another try. I made a little mistake. I actually put the wrong color ruby in there. So once, because I pulled the Gregtech ruby and actually selected the one of the other rubies. So we got ruby dust in there now. Okay. So from here we should now pull from the macerator, let down, blacklist that. Oops. So that should be pulling out of there and sending you to the electrolyzer, which you are. But you don't have power, so that's why you aren't starting it. Okay. And then this should send it back. Okay, so let's set this up and see if it'll continue to run. We jump down here. How are you doing for power? Oops. Okay. You're full on power. You jump up, yeah. Alrighty. So I saw the light come on, so it looks like it's running. Awesome. And you can see it's pulling everything back out of these slots and sending it back into the ME network. Cool deal. Alright, so let me continue to get this working, and I'll bring you back a second. Alright, so here's kind of the finished product. So we have rubies coming in here, automatically getting pulled out, and then setting up to the electrolyzer to get processed, and then the Steve's Factories managers grabbing everything of electrolyzer, send it back to the network, and then we're automatically keeping cells in there. But we're going to run out of cells before too long, since I didn't have a whole lot to start with. I'm still making them. So tell me that's not pretty cool. And we're going to kind of continue this all the way around, setting up different machines. So it's going to be very compact, very tight, and very powerful. So let me see. So we have some chrome coming out. So let's see if we can get some centrifuges made. So let me go check on that process, and we can see if we can set up on a centrifuge real quick. Alrighty, so even though we got some chrome coming in, we don't have a blast furnace, so we can't make stainless steel and turn it into plates to make centrifuges. So we're going to switch over to making a industrial grinder. So let's get some of these going. Rapidly running out of steel plates. Alright, so that's got 4 of those. Okay. So I actually need 2 of these. So let that's going to take a minute to get through. 1 hole. Yeah, that's going to take a... Oh, out of cells. Okay. What are you doing in there, jerk? Let me grab some of these. Make 2 cells real quick. I guess I could just go yank them out of here. hopefully this will grab it from here first. Maybe, maybe not. Get out of here. Okay, well, I'll just wait for some more to come out. Where's the door? There it is. I'm going to move these over here. Here's 5, 6. See if that'll fix you up. Alright, so we're waiting on that. So, actually, let's go ahead and set some of this up while we're waiting for some more cells to come up. Got some more conduit. You can see I've already made the reinforced machine casings and the standard. Made an advanced energy cube. There's one electrolyzer. That'll work. One bucket of water. Let's get this guy set up. Ah, I don't even know why I keep this. No idea. Well, go grab some water. And there went my infinite water source too. Oh well. Get it fixed. Grab this. I just built some dirt blocks so I could kind of figure out where I wanted this. So like that. And then 8 of you. Bucket of water in the middle. And then 8 across the top. Or 9 across the top. Industrial grinder right there. And green light means we have a good case. I want to put you right here. Well, come on. Rotate this to the top, like that. And see if we can make it look a little better. But we are going to have to bring some ME cable up, which we'll do right here on this side. Okay. Now let's get that cube powered up. And you should have power. You're getting power. Excellent. Alright, so let's make a we're at 29 minutes. So let's just get the grinder up and going, and then we'll have to call it for the episode. Alright, I want an Oculus accumulator. Ducks. Want 2 liquid ducts, 2 fluid ducts. I want a tank. Another bucket, not the sewage one. Alright, let me go grab some water from outside. Best thing, I'm gonna make a water plant. It's raining outside. And I'm gonna need some more, a few more pieces. So I need some buses. So I need you and you and one of you. One of you. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So I'm gonna put a little water plant kind of under here. Probably, let's do it right here. So basically, a water plant is just a infinite water source to that you can expand to meet your needs. So I'm gonna put a tank here. So that's where we're gonna fill up our water to. Okay. I want a fluid storage bus on you. Where's my ME cable? Ooh, I'm almost out of ME cable. Or am I missing it? No, looks like we're branch out. Be a little bit of that cable. Okay. Grab a bucket of you. Let's wire this storage bus back into the um, yeah, let's just run it right here because I'll have to have more than one interface on this little center console. Okay. So now we have some water coming into the plant. Let's run ME cable back over here. Jump up here. Whoop. Missed that. Alright, so we'll do fluid export bus. Okay. Precision export bus here. Fluid X. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's the precision. Fluid. There we go. Let's see if my other import bus came back. Where are you? What is this guy stuck at? Where are you stuck? Okay. Well, I get that sorted off. I get that applied. You kind of figure out where I'm going with that. ME cable here. And we're going to set you to export water. So I got water coming in there, pulling off that little water plant right there. But I also made it close enough to here that I can run some cable manager down to that tank and pull off it as well. Okay, now let's start getting some bauxite. Not a whole of it. We're going to have to go looking for it. Alright, start processing that bauxite. Excellent. Insufficient energy line. Ugh. That's never good. Well guys, that will do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it so far. When we come back, we're going to get the blast furnace up so we can continue to this process. And it looks like I'm going to have to give this thing some more power, which means I'll have to go up an energy cube. So it's not that it doesn't have power, it's just the flow rate's not high enough. So I'll go ahead and put that up a tier so we can have a little more throughput of power. We have enough power coming into the network, it's just limited by how much it can output. It needs more. So cool, I'll get that fixed. So thanks for joining. Be sure to subscribe, leave me a comment, leave some likes, and I'll see you guys next time.